Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt. Listen to Talk Law Radio on Saturdays at 11 o'clock in the radio in San Antonio and surrounding areas on KLUP 930 AM and KSLR 630 AM and Houston on KNTH 1070 AM and 103.3 FM. I'll get it right sometime. And watch Talk Law Radio on Facebook and YouTube and listen online at talklawradio.com. Shannon Roberta Salmon, a good friend of mine, attorney in San Antonio, and frequent guest of Talk Law Radio, is here today. Shannon, what did Adam say to his wife on the day before Christmas?
What?
Merry Christmas, Eve. That's part of our family tradition is telling jokes about Christmas. And we've been telling that joke for so many years, probably 30 years at least. I started to think about that, and you can probably wonder too, did they celebrate Christmas, Adam and Eve? Because Christ hasn't been born yet. They didn't know about Christ.
What a fascinating question. Yeah, that's really a good question.
So we're going to be talking about Christmas today.
Good.
And I get the sense that you love Christmas.
Yeah.
But you also
what gave you that? I think that's very perceptive of you. How did you know?
You have a strong faith, and you're a very cheerful person. So I just put those two together.
Yeah, because you can't presume, because Christmas is a hard time as well. Some people hate Christmas, so they just want to get over with it, get through it. They're happy on December 26th.
I don't know those people.
It's a real thing. I mean, because it brings up a lot of emotions. Like for some people, like I was telling you earlier, maybe your loved one is in immigration detention right now, so this is a Christmas without them. Or maybe you're counting, like this is the first Christmas without,
Yeah,
and
somebody who had passed away.
Right. So it's a double-edged sword.
Well, I do want to talk about the problems that happen during Christmas, but first I want to talk about Christmas is the season of giving, and so I wanted you to tell the audience what type of organizations do you support and why.
Thanks. What a great softball. Thank you. There's a million fantastic organizations. We are an amazing area here in South Texas. Nobody told us we got big, right? We still have that small town feel, and we help each other. So I hate to leave people out, but the two that jump out to me that I'm involved in is BLU House, and they are down on the west side. They're growing and expanding every day, and they're helping children that are in high conflict custody disputes, which people in the legal community and other people that have experienced it, they know that children are really suffering. They're being torn apart when their parents don't get along. Their whole world is just constant turmoil. So they are healing, they're changing lives every day. It's BLU House. And then I'm also real involved with Junior League, which I think is a wonderful organization. And they've changed a lot because I think in the past they had a different reputation, but they've modernized, and they've had to kind of catch up with the modern woman, which, she's a working woman,
right?
But also still wanting to give back. And they're involved with every single organization in town. So they do just constant, I see them like a little army with their red T-shirts, and you need help. You've got a team of go-getter women, like that. Just, where do you need us? And
great.
Really great organization.
Awesome.
Thank you for asking. What are you involved in besides everything you do with your law office where you're helping people every day, your radio show where you're educating the public every day? Do you sleep?
Occasionally. I support an organization called Oasis San Antonio, which is to help promote healthy lifestyles for people who are older than age 50. And they also have educational classes about general interest items like financial planning, legal planning, of course, and history. They also have exercise classes. So a lot of retired people go there just to hang out with other like-minded individuals, usually people that are interested in lifelong learning. So it's a great organization, and I support them, and I sit on the board and help them make decisions.
You'd be very valuable.
What else am I involved in?
How old do you have to be? Is there an age requirement?
50.
Oh, okay. I can go.
Yeah. The classes are low cost. You can register online. Just search for Oasis San Antonio.
Fantastic. Thanks for all you do.
Yeah, thank you. So this is Talk Law Radio, and we're talking about Christmas today. Now, Mark, are we live on Facebook right now? We're live on Facebook right now, today, December 24th, 2025. But the show is going to be airing on the radio this Saturday, which is December 27th. And so for all of you, you have already celebrated Christmas. But I want to ask Shannon, and she's probably going to ask me, what are some things we do to celebrate the Christmas tradition? And I also want to talk about some laws that are relevant during Christmas. Here's a good question for you, Shannon. What was the law that required Joseph and Mary to go to Bethlehem?
It was a census, right?
Right.
Yeah. That is a good question.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like the magnitude of that law?
Well, she was 9 months pregnant, I guess, and so they had to walk, or she had to ride on a donkey or a mule.
Right.
And
yeah.
So I remember traveling with my pregnant wife, and I can only imagine how Joseph handled it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that too. I actually do, you know.
Another thing, when I was thinking about that question, I couldn't remember any specific passage that said that Joseph and Mary got married, and so I was looking that up, and it says that Joseph and Mary did get married after the angel appeared to Joseph in a dream, instructing him not to be afraid to take Mary as his wife despite her pregnancy by the Holy Spirit. He did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife. That's in Matthew 1:24. And the passage further notes that Joseph did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son. That's from Matthew 1:25, indicating marriage did occur but was not physically consummated until after Jesus' birth. So isn't that interesting? And later in the show, I'm going to ask you about family law, because I think that sometimes conflict goes up when people are divorced and sharing custody of their children, fighting over possession of the children during the holidays.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question.
Don't respond yet, but I'm going to ask you if you can remember any cases that you heard about talking with your friends or whatever.
It's an intense time for family law lawyers. Hey, did you know that when me and Aaron got married, we did an actual contract? Because in the Hebrew tradition, it's called a ketubah, and it's an actual contract, and we have it hanging in our house. And it says here that the earliest one they have ever found was 440 BC.
Oh.
And so, because that's a Jewish tradition,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Mary and Joseph had a ketubah, like a written contract. It wasn't really a written society, right?
Well, if you watch that show, what's the Jesus show that's popular right now?
What is that called? Not Chosen. I know which
Yeah,
one you
I
mean.
think that's it.
The really, really popular one.
Right. I think that they did have a scene depicting that there was an agreement. That's how the bride would be betrothed.
Right. Right.
But that's really interesting with you and Aaron.
And I know it sounds legalistic, like it wouldn't be romantic, but I found it very romantic. I think it has a very deep meaning, and they can't just dump you. It's a written.
Right.
I have proof. You're supposed to treat me really well.
Well, I have a friend who every anniversary, and he was married for, I don't know, 40 or 50 years. He said that he would ask his wife, "So are we going to renew the contract?"
Really? That's a good attitude to not take her for granted.
Right.
That's good.
But speaking of contracts and marriage, why do people have such a hard time signing prenuptial agreements? Because it's the same thing.
Well, is it now? Is it? Because it's a very romantic thing in my mind, at least. I don't know how other people interpret it, but this contract is binding, and it says forever our lives are bound together. And isn't a premarital contract saying the opposite? That, hey, we acknowledge this might not work out. I mean, what a bad way to start
that's a good
something.
point.
But that's just a personal...
Right. Well, I'm glad that you have some insight there, because I thought it was the same thing.
Really? And so to you, it's... I won't ask, but do you have one?
Dealing with marriage. No, when I was married, neither one of us had any money or property, so we didn't have any fear of losing what we had.
Right, yeah.
Actually, I did have a small TV, but we have to take a break. We'll be right back.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.